بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. When people travel and then they come back, they give a little karguzari with morals and stories. So I've come back to you with the best love story ever. Nice, better than, what's it called, Romeo and Juliet? Better than Romeo and Juliet. You can never match this. Ajib. So when we got there, whenever I got there, so then we had lunch and we went to Qabristan. My father, rahmatullahi alayhi, went to visit his grave. So whilst we were there, a few other graves, my grandmom, my granddad, uncle, father. So we were there with my cousin. And then, and there was my cousin, there was a electric line. So the birds sit on the electric line, or they can sit on them. So there's loads of birds waiting there. So he said, you know those birds? They're all waiting for Fulan, so this person. So this person, he's not like he's gone mental or he's depressed or he's like got a mental state or nothing. It's normal. He functions fine. But my father passed away. If I say I don't want to say too much details, but people in Barbary probably know who he is anyways. So some time ago, over a decade ago, or close to a decade ago, something like my father passed away. So before that, this lady passed away. So her husband. When I went then, so that when my father passed away, when I went in that 2000, so he used to meet him quite a few times at the Qabristan. So I said, you come quite often. He goes, I come every day. That was in 2016. Now he's 25. So I think every day since then he still goes to the Qabristan, to his wife's grave. So he comes, and he brings some whatever food and bread or whatever, like bread or crumbs or whatever, and he throws it. He comes in, he drives, he parks a car. He's got a chair where he sits down upon, and he reads Quran in the grave. So he comes and he throws to the birds all these. So they all wait for him. When his car comes, the birds then fly down onto that area where he's going to park his car, because they know him. The birds know this person, and they wait for him. He throws all the flour, he throws all the birds crumbs, gets his chair, and he walks to the grave, and he goes to by different graves and everything. This salam, and he does Quran. He sits down there for a little while and he reads Quran for some time, and then he goes. So every single day he goes to his wife's grave and reads Quran, and then other people as well. So everybody's listening, I don't know, different mentalities. There's no quburis here, there's no grave worship. Nobody puts flowers or touches the graves or the sajda. I just ziyaratul qubur and do isa'ah for the mayyit. But this is over, just going 10 years now. No, I don't know if anybody can do that. I can't do that. Yeah, I don't have that. I can't do that. I would say, Quran padh lo, I'll bring some Quran, I'll do well for you, I'll do this for you. I can't come every day. About time to yes, that's too much time. I can't give you that much time, honestly. And there's a truth in it. Who's going to go every single day? Somebody's like, lucky all of our spouses healthy. That's such a thing. But that, yeah. So this is what you call love. This is called muhabba. This is called muhabba fillah. It's not just love for shahwa and desires. Because when you first get married, then the main driving factor, beginning first, is this your human desires, and slowly you grow into muhabba, you grow into love. So you have to understand really that when you create a bond, form a bond like this between husband and wife, or between even your siblings, your parents, your teachers, elders, things. This bond is transgresses time. That's why on the day of Qiyamah will come like this. Al-Qalam yawma idhin. What is it? بعضهم لبعض يعدون إلا المتقين. When you have taqwa, then you come together like this. So when you have love, so when you have true love like this, it's not just. This is an Indian couple, so I'm not talking about used to go on dates on Instagram or take pictures of themselves on jet skis and all that kind of. That's not that kind of couple. It's like proper old school, like very my dad's kind of thing. Old school. Yes, like normal. No dates, no going out to eat, no like this at home husband and wife, that kind of stuff. But this muhabba is just unmatchable. So this is what you have to understand, that our relationship, these things, if your relationship between husband and wife, brothers and sisters, siblings, parents, these are material things, material comes to an end. If you love that person, that wife, because she looks good, or she's, then as soon as she gets older, she gets a few kids, she puts on weight. Naturally, this happens. Your body shape changes when you get pregnant. Then as soon as you get older, things happen. What's going to happen? You're not going to love each other anymore. You love your friend because he feeds you on the weekend, he gives you, takes away. If he doesn't feed you anymore, he doesn't pay for the thing anymore, you can love him anymore. You're not going to have muhabba anymore. You're following? That's what it's called. If you have love, if you come together because of the materialistic things, then that's when that material thing goes away, it's not going to sting. But if you love each other for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah told you to love this person, love your spouse, love your children, love your parents, that will last forever, because that is you love fillah. You love for Allah's sake, and Allah's hayyun la yamut. So there's no reason for that ever to love. If you love, so your teacher, different levels of love. I love him because he taught me deen. So whatever happens, you love that person. You can separate, you come close, you're busy, you're not busy. Whether you visit, you don't visit, remember this is my teacher, he taught me something. He taught me Alif Ba. He taught me Bukhari from beginning to end. So whether you visit, don't visit, time, not time, pass away, living, dead, you'll make sawab. You'll make dua. Perform tawaf, you perform umrah. You'll do, because this is a person I'm indebted to. My father passed away 10 years, 15 years, 20. My mom, my grandfather. I have a grandfather, people I don't even know. But in my lineage, there are people I'm Indian. So this must be some Hindu somewhere down the line. Or Sikh or something, no? So before, who's the first convert? I don't know the first convert. My grandparents are. Somebody must be converted. We weren't born Adam. We weren't born Muslims sometime Adam. So somebody from India in my family must have converted and became Muslim. So it must have been difficult for him or her, whoever it was. So may Allah reward all of them. Because fillah, the big responsibility. You have a grandmother, great grandmother, they might have to difficulty, hardship. So when you have this love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you understand this, then this love transcends beyond all time. So keep your friendship for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you have a friend, you have a relationship for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then value this, cherish this. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that a relationship for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring you under the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like such a great amal, such a great deed, that you love somebody for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such a great deed, Allah will reward you by granting him shade under the throne, under his throne. When you only very few, 7 types of people. One amal is to have love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the mutahabbeen, people who love each other for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will say that they will have such elevated status, manabira min nur, such high statuses, that the Anbiya will say, oh wow, that is something. That is something. That's how high status you'll have. So whatever relationships you have for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, cherish them, value them, and maintain mahabba fillah. It's a great amal, it's a great deed. And this is one example. So even in your relationship with spouse, you have to remember that these temporary, when you love for temporary things go away. You love for this, understand, why do you love? Why do I love my brother? Why do I love my sister? Why do I love my uncle and my aunt? For the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And remember, everybody's different in dunya. You can't all agree on everything. No? You agree on everything. You have to disagree because it's how we are. What time you eat, what time you sleep, when you wash dishes, when you don't wash dishes, should you go out, should you stay at home, should you relax, should you work hard? Everything is going to be different. But you have to remember that these things you have to cope, you have to learn to live with these things. And these mahabba fillah, these love and relationships, you have to cherish them, value them, and appreciate them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give tawfiq. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.